Look at this, Scully. There's been another unsubstantiated UFO sighting in the heartland of America. We've got to get there right away.
Well, gee, Mulder, there's also this report of a shipment of drugs and illegal weapons coming into New Jersey tonight.
I hardly think the FBI is concerned with matters like that.
One around. And look for any other devices that cause the same injuries.
I'll do my best.
If it's not an altitude chamber, then what could it be?
Agent Smith, CIA.
Agent Mulder, FBI.
I'm Agent Scully.
Excellent. Follow me.
It's hard to accurately quantify the X-Files' place in TV history. After 2 movies, 9 seasons, a 2-season revival, and countless copycats, we feel Scully and Mulder's influence to this day. Inspired by Chris Carter's love for The Twilight Zone and Kolchak the Night Stalker, the X-Files revived Hollywood's interest in serial killers, the supernatural, and set the tone for all drama, and a good portion of movies, to come later at the turn of the century.
My son got married last week, and on his wedding night, he invited everybody up to watch the last episode of the season of the X-Files. We're all sitting around his hotel room, craning over each other's shoulders to see what's going on.
The stories are really written well. The stories are really believable.
The formula is easy. Take a partnership, preferably male and female, or a team of cops/vague federal agents. Add in a little murder or conspiracy theory, maybe a rural wooded setting, and boom, you should have yourself a hit. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, you can see it wherever you look. Sure, sometimes it's sexy teenagers, and every now and then it gets a little high concept, but the setup is the same. It seems that from the mid-90s onward, Tinseltown was full of paranormal pretenders. And I'm not just talking about the TV drama and bad movie spin-offs. The same goes for reality TV as well. Shows like Unsolved Mysteries and Sightings proved that Americans had a taste for the macabre, and with found footage-based television discovering its niche in shocking the public and glorifying violence. It's no surprise that shows that Fear and Ghost Hunters came right after.
Before we started touring so much, I was so loyal. It was the first time in my life that I'd ever been so devoted to a television show.
When we're on the road, I have somebody send me out the last week's episode because I really have to keep up with it, you know.
It became sort of a cult thing within my circle of friends, so it was a water cooler show for us.
The production value is like a movie, and it's every week, it's like seeing a different movie.
Kept alive by movie studios like Dimension Films and New Line Cinema, the post-millennium horror trend lasted well into the early 2010s, petering out as Hollywood moved into the digital age. Slashers and paranormal partnerships gave way to a gradual refocus on gritty, semi-historical true crime stories, a trend arguably started in the 90s by films such as LA Confidential. And on television, police procedurals and supernatural elements had all but vanished, with the exception of Supernatural, which only ended 2 years ago. From 2002 onward, network television had become a considerably less scary place.
That information is to allow us to find the bomb.
Scully and Mulder are potentially going to be blamed for the death of some people in the bombing.
It begins with, why do we have these dead bodies and what killed them?
I can't tell you what killed this man. I'm not sure anybody else could claim to either.
It goes into what has been going on for the past 45, 50 years.
It's a global conspiracy with key players and the highest levels of power. It reaches into the lives of every man, woman, and child on this planet.
And you have conclusive evidence of this?
Yes.
Is America obsessed with extraterrestrials? It seems that ever since that fateful crash in 1947, aliens entered the zeitgeist and haven't left since. Is there a correlation between them and our urban legends, the popular myths throughout the world that have stood the test of time? One thing's for sure, if one were to ever wonder how the quote-unquote fiction persisted into the 21st century, one need look no further than the X-Files.